Here's my thrifting friends. So today is a miserable day. It's like a nor'easter in Massachusetts, but that's not going to stop me from thrifting before I have to go to work. So I'm here at my local Goodwill to see what I can find. It's really hit or miss in here. You can really find some amazing stuff. And then some days I walk out with absolutely nothing. So it's always worth a browse. I got about 20 minutes to look around. So thrifting gods be with us. Wish me luck and let's go have some fun.
Although it was a dreary New England spring day outside, that did not dampen my mood because I love thrifting. I love thrifting. I can't believe I get to do this for a living. What an amazing thing. So I am hoping to find some really cool vintage pieces, modern pieces, anything for resale. Let's go shopping and see what I find. All right, I don't know why I went right up to the mug section today. I'm always drawn to these beer steins because my husband makes beer, really good beer, and I'm always tempted to pick these things up for him, but he seems to prefer to drink his beer out of clear glasses, so I can understand why, to admire the beautiful color of his creations. So I put it back. Well, this furniture piece is definitely keeping the future me dreams alive of refinishing furniture. I just picture myself in my barn, in my nostalgic home at the shore, refinishing furniture, selling it on Facebook Marketplace. Anyway, $7.99. I can totally see this piece done in a really beautiful finish. Look at the details, the gorgeous legs, the drawers, the lines of this piece are stunning. It would make a great refinishing project. This piece also, I can totally picture it finished in my head. I think I would do this piece in a distressed charcoal black. Look at that, $6. And I would do those shell medallion pieces in a gold leaf. I think you can picture that too and understand my vision. I could see this being a beautiful refinished piece. I can't wait to start that part of my career as much as I love now. So these brown crockeries, I tend to avoid these. They usually don't sell very well for me, but this one is only a half brown one. It's only $3.99. It has its original cover and it was marked USA, I think, in very small print. So I'm going to consider that. I think you guys know that the trend for coming is colonial revival because of next year being 2026. So I saw that piece too. I was interested in it, but more crockery. Again, this one had its original cover, also has that USA mark on it. And another covered piece. This one though, just beware of fakes. So that's a made in China. That's trying to be an old piece. It's not. This was so pretty. I collect these and use them on my vanity to hold like my eye pencils, my makeup brushes. It's definitely a very feminine, pretty thing to have a whole collection of these on a vanity. So I do grab these. Oftentimes I'll use them for pens and pencils as well, but they're just so pretty, so 1950s. This was somebody's antique booth castaway. It still had the original sticker on it from the booth it was trying to be sold in. It is anchor hawking. I never deal with that. I never sell that. It never sells well for me. Maybe a bunch of you guys out there do resell anchor hawking and do really well with it, but I do not. So I definitely left it, but I was admiring it and just learning from it. This lamp was a stunner, a beauty. Oh, I would love to have this in my bedroom. And look, you can see exactly when it was made. Cycle 2 Corp, 1979. It was so delicate. It was the perfect color of cream. It was only $5.99, you guys. It had a beautiful brass base. It was in perfect condition. I mean, the shade was, I would completely ditch the shade, but it was the most beautiful feminine lamp. I would totally have got this if I had a place. Yup, we're in the Goodwill. I call it the slasher Goodwill because they take this strange markers and they slash all of their dishware to indicate the color instead of using stickers. Now, many of you have commented to me about how to remove that mark. And I have tried many of your suggestions and methods. And I have found the only thing that actually does work is the Goo Gone. So a bunch of you did suggest that. This glass, I need to know from you guys, should I be picking this up? I do see this glass quite often when I'm out thrifting, and I also see it for sale in reseller booths. So in the flea market next to me, I often see it in their booths, but I hesitate to collect it because I only want to sell it if it's a set. So I wouldn't pick up a single piece like that, but I don't know if it's worth picking up. These look like authentic MCM pieces. And again, the colonial revival thing is definitely a thing. I'm starting to collect colonial type items for next year. It's going to be a very big revival because of it being 2026, another American anniversary. So those pieces were cool, but I wasn't quite sure if they were really old or reproductions. This basket was something I was considering, but it was broken. So I'm going to pass on that. Too bad. It was a nice shape and color. This basket was also something I was considering. It was in much better shape. It has the wooden handles, which is much more sturdy. So again, I liked the color and the shape. That was a really pretty option if you need a basket. More brown pottery. Again, I tend to shy away from this because the color does not sell well for me at all. But I did admire it. I was taking a look at it. I did leave it though. Somebody donated their entire collection of collector plates. Mostly horse themed, Norman Rockwell themed, animal themed, all different themes actually, but oh my word, if you're in the market for a collector plate, they had quite a few. Okay, another trend is brass. Anything brass is a hot seller right now. I cannot keep brass in my store. It flies off the shelves. This piece, I was considering, it didn't look quite old enough, and I wish it had been a pair, but the price was right. It was only $3.99. It did have some damage on it too, which sort of told me it wasn't solid brass. It may have been just plated with another base metal, so I did leave it. This waste paper basket was totally cool. I loved the vintage motif on it. It was only $1.99, and it had this really cool clipper ship depiction on it. I could totally picture this in somebody's office. It was very cool. I really like that a lot. This teapot, it caught my eye because of the color. Whenever I see these creamy porcelain pieces, I always turn them over and take a closer look to make sure that they're not Lenox or something else collectible and desirable. This had no maker's mark, so I left it. Okay, milk glass. There was so much milk glass in here, and the real good milk glass, not white glass. There's definitely a difference. I think somebody should probably mention that don't confuse milk glass with white glass. Milk glass is very milky. It's translucent. This piece I did not go for because it has the grape motif on it. I tend not to go for those pieces, but the matching pedestal pieces I definitely picked up. And then these beautiful hobnail pieces. Again, these were definitely milk glass. They're creamy. They have a translucence to them. They're older looking. So somebody donated quite a few pieces of beautiful older milk glass. That one was marked. And I definitely picked up a few pieces. This tumble up is very desirable. You can tell this probably came out of somebody's booth as well. And I grabbed this. Tumble ups do really well for me. All right, I think I'm done shopping. Let's go check out. Well, hello, I'm back. I have quite the haul of things, mostly vintage. I think I'm keeping quite a bit of this, but let's go through. I can't wait to show you what I got. So the first thing I got was a set of 4 of these beautiful crystal glasses. I absolutely love these. They are stunning. I don't know if they're old or not. I will say though that the design is also carried through to the base of the beautiful wine glass. So these, I did get 4. Ooh, listen to that sound. Is that the sound of something really well made? I think it is. And so I got 4.
So I cannot wait to put these on my table. I think they're so beautiful, so elegant. Dare I say Victorian. I don't know how old they are. I would have to look these up and do a little bit more research. They don't have a maker's mark on them, but it didn't matter to me because I'm keeping them, and I just think that they're so beautiful. So the next few things I have are just a couple of fun things for my store, which I think I am going to sell. I picked up this beautiful green glass vase. It has like hand-painted daisies on it, and I thought that the glass was so unbelievably clear and very reflective. It doesn't have a maker's mark on it. Oh, actually, I'm a liar. It does. I can't read it. It's on a clear sticker. I don't know what that says. Maybe in the camera, I can look back at the footage and see what that might say. But it does have a clear maker's mark sticker on it. I'll take a look at what that says. But I just thought this would be really good to sell in my store. I think I paid $4 for this. So I think that would be really cute to add to my spring displays. I also grabbed a bird. These things are super popular. I might even actually keep this for myself. It is wood. It's not plastic, which I really appreciate. Sometimes you find them and they're kind of like a resin, but this one is definitely a wood one. Nice seagull. So that I'm actually probably going to put back here in my bookcase somewhere. I really like this. I think I might keep this. And keeping with the birds, I don't know what about this dish really attracted me, but it's like a made in Japan piece. It's got the two ducks on it. Now I was in what I call the slasher Goodwill. This is the Goodwill where they actually take some kind of marker and they slash all of their porcelain pieces, dishes, with this slash or a color to indicate the color instead of using stickers. Many of you have commented to me how to remove this. And I have tried almost everything that people, thank God this is in the back, so I don't have to worry about it too much. But the only thing I have found that works is the Goo Gone. Goo Gone will take it off. However, if the more porous that the base porcelain is, the harder it is to take away the trace stain of it, if you will. So I have to be very careful what pieces I pick up from this Goodwill, because even though Goo Gone will take away most of it, it will either, if it's a porous piece, still leave behind a little trace of the pigment, or if it's a transfer or a design piece and the slash is on the front, sometimes it will take away some of the design. So I have to be very careful with that. But this was a made in Japan. I just thought that this was a really pretty little tiny dish, maybe for rings, maybe something you could sit up in a bookcase, you know, part of your decor. It's just that the water birds duck theme right now is super hot. So I picked it up thinking it would be cute to sell in the store. And to go with those stunning glasses, I did find 6 of these. I think they're knife rests. They look like this. These crystal knife rests. I do have salts already, so I've been looking for the knife rest to complete my Victorian table kind of ensemble. So I picked up 6 of these. And I think I paid, they had them priced individually, believe it or not. They were $1 a piece. And I kind of didn't care, so I spent $6 on all 6 that I found that were just in their clear glass shelf area. So I was super psyched to find these. These are really hard to find because, you know, they're not modern at all. They're knife rests for a vintage table. So I can't wait to show you guys what these look like on my table. All right, so these next 2 pieces are absolutely my favorite. Milk glass. I really do feel that a lot of milk glass pieces are going to come back. I think that right now they're slightly under the radar. They're selling really well in certain parts of the States and not so well in others. I have mixed luck with them. It depends on the piece. If it's a very unique piece, a highly stylized piece, I definitely can sell it. But this is a matching pair. And I have to be honest with you, I'm not sure if I'm going to sell these. I think I'm going to hold on to them for the time being. I'm going to put them on my table. I'm going to show you what they look like, but it's hard to find two matching kind of pedestal bowl pieces like this. They aren't marked that I can see. They just have a lot of spiraling in their base, but I don't see any mark. But I know a lot of these Fenton pieces had originally came with just like a sticker. So I love these. I think they're beautiful. I paid $1.99 each or whatever you saw on the footage. It was super cheap. It was $1.99 or $2.99, something very inexpensive. And they are that beautiful milk glass. And what I mean by that is there's definitely a difference between milk glass and white glass. So the white glass is obviously, it's very opaque and very, very bright white. And milk glass is actually kind of translucent. It has an off-white color to it. You can definitely, depending on the piece, kind of see through it slightly. It's just got this translucent creaminess to it. So that's how you can tell the difference between milk glass and white glass. So I am definitely looking for milk glass. I might hold on to these for a little while. I'll probably end up selling them. I do have a collection that I've started in one of my curio cabinets. I might just hold on to these for a while, but I love them so much. What do you guys think of milk glass? I do love it so much. And I'm thinking it's going to come back into being highly collectible real soon.
So here is what those pieces look like. I actually changed up my table for after Memorial Day. At the end of this video, you're going to see that we have the table all set up for Memorial Day, but I went ahead and changed it out. So here are those pedestal. I put those on each side of, this is kind of like my milk glass table, sort of. I mean, I'm using the milk glass as a nice, this is a piece that I picked up from my consignor. So I just did a video showing you some pieces that consignor sold with me, and I did purchase a couple of her milk glass pieces. So those look really pretty with the pedestals, and I went ahead and put the knife rest. Now I do have 6 and I only have 4 places set here. This is some salts that I already had. I showed you these bone dishes that I thrifted. And then what I've got set up is this black and white pattern. See, now this is even after the glue gone. Do you see that very faint trace of the blue slash? It's very difficult to get this off. I almost want to say something to them. This isn't that old at all. I just picked it up because I really loved the black and white pattern and I didn't have any. So this is like a newer kind of reproduction piece. When I do find something old and beautiful, I will definitely replace them. But for now, it's got a very pretty scalloped edge. But yeah, that blue slash, that's the faint trace that, oh my God, I can't believe how much stuff they actually ruined with that pricing method. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, this is another piece that I only have 4 of these. I think I picked these up in a Salvation Army shopping adventure. Anywho, I did not put the new glasses that I got because I really want this glass with the gold rim to match that plate. So, but I did put out the milk glass pedestal dishes and I did put out my knife rests. And I'm thinking that this looks very pretty. I do have another piece of milk glass over here that I thrifted recently. And I'm hoping to add a few more to really finish this whole kind of white, black, gold look. What do you guys think? I think it looks really, really pretty. Very inviting, very neutral too. It's a nice color scheme for this time of year.
All right, so you saw me looking through the mug section. I actually did pick up one mug. I do believe that this is a beer stein, but because it was a clear, completely clear porcelain, I grabbed it because it can be used as a base. I think a lot of people would want this in their home decor, and it did have a maple leaf maker's mark at the bottom. So I assume this is some kind of Canadian piece that I think would be a really good home decor piece. I can see this in a kitchen shelf, maybe with a couple of utensils in it, or I can see this on a bookshelf with maybe some greenery in it, or stacked with other, cream colored crockery. It's very flexible. I think it can be used, even though I do think it is a beer stein. I think you can use it in a lot of neutral decor ways. So I thought that was cute. I got super lucky in their basket area and I found this, I believe it's a Longenberger. Is that how you say it? So it still has its plastic. A lot of these Longenberger baskets come with like a plastic insert. So this one still has its insert and it is marked on the back right there. So these are really popular. If I have Longenberger baskets in my store, they sell almost immediately. They're very highly desirable. So I grabbed this one. I think I paid $3 for this. They really don't get much for their baskets in this Goodwill. And this was a bargain. I cannot wait to put this in my store. I know I'm going to make a great profit on it. So the next piece I picked up is always collectible. And because again of the pattern of this being colonial, so you can see it's got the pepper grinder, the eagle, the corn, the fire used to push air into a fire to get it started, salt and pepper, the pestle and mortar. So this is a Pyrex pattern. Obviously, I'm sure all of you recognize it. I did pay $7.99 for it, but I do feel I can definitely make my money back. Obviously, it's got the Pyrex stamp on it. So it was in excellent condition. The transfer design is not worn off at all. This piece has not seen the dishwasher, thank God. So it's in great condition. And again, I'm going to add it to like, I'm going to start doing like a colonial display so that I can sort of bring in that trend that's going to be happening real soon of colonial revival. All right, I also did find a lot of crockery pieces. It looks like somebody donated a bunch of crockery. And I can do really well with crockery. Obviously, the best type of crockery I do really well with is all creamy, no brown. This is mostly cream, and I did grab it because it does have its original top. So mostly you find them like this, without their top. So this one does have the original top to it, which is very cool. Very good. And also the reason why I did grab this is if they're marked USA, that's good. But this one I believe is even better because it's marked Roseville. So you can really identify the maker of it. So yeah, I got this, well, the price kind of slipped off of it. They had a whole bunch of them. I think this one might've been $5.99. I wouldn't pay more than $5.99 or $6.99 because of I don't have high confidence that I can sell this for a lot of profit. But again, with the colonial revival that I hear is definitely going to be really popular next year. It's 2026. It's another American anniversary. And every time there is one, Americana and colonial items sell really well, usually in that year. So this would be considered like a colonial item, colonial revival, something like that. Something sort of primitive, colonial. So I grabbed this and I'm going to give it a go in the store and I'm going to see if I can sell this for a profit. All right, another piece of just modern artwork. It's pretty, it's simple. This kind of thing sells really well in my store. And I really liked it because the frame of it is like this patterned metal aluminum. So it was different. Instead of a wooden frame, it was just a different kind of piece. But I really like it. Just a lovely wire basket of pink tulips. Who wouldn't love to have this as a nice, simple, modern decor? I'm sure this will sell right away once I put it for sale in my store. So I've got more pieces for my store, just kind of bits and bobs. I grabbed this framed art. This is an owl that's on like a linen matting. So this matting behind the glass is like a piece of linen. And I think it's so beautiful. Again, birds always sell really well for me. And this particular depiction is very well detailed, very attractive. I might actually, it would probably look good in my bookshelf. So, but I definitely did. I grabbed it with the store in mind. And then this is just a modern piece. Again, people really like functional modern pieces. This is like a salt and pepper, just, to hold your salt and pepper while you're cooking. A lot of people just use rough ground salt, rough ground pepper, and to season their meats and stuff like that. So this is a real popular kitchen item. I think I grabbed this for like $1. And I also grabbed, this is definitely vintage. It's a covered crescent dish. I think it's something that would look really nice on somebody's vanity. So it's got the top and the bottom. It does not have a maker's mark. It's just plain on the bottom. But these crescent dishes are so pretty. You can see the kind of like the opalescence through the edge of the piece. So it's like a milk glass, but with like an opalescent kind of tinge to it. It has a beautiful scallop design as well. This is very lovely. It would go great on somebody's vanity. I do believe that this is a vanity piece, and I just don't want to break it. This is the design on the side of it too. It's got that scallop design all the way around. I think I got this for $1.99, which I think is a great deal for a beautiful vintage piece like this. I think it's really, really pretty. Grab that. And this other piece right here, I think is so pretty. It's a cardinal, but it's a cardinal depicted in springtime. Usually when you find cardinals like this, they're in a winter scene, and this one is in a spring scene. Look, it's a cardinal looking at a butterfly. What a beautiful, beautiful piece of framed art. I absolutely love this, and I think a lot of people love cardinals, identify with them, and I think this is going to sell really quick in my store. All right, this last piece is kind of cool, but not so much for what you're seeing here. Sure, it's pretty. I actually grabbed it without realizing one thing about it. I just grabbed it because it was welcome, and it had all the different flowers and the butterfly, and it's slate, and it does have an intact leather hanger. So that's always really great. But the back of it, I realized it had a taped envelope on it. I thought that we could open that together. Who knows what it says? I have no idea. I have no idea what this says. I don't know if this is, it's probably just like a little note, maybe thanking somebody for something. Oh my God, there's something in this. Okay, I'm not making this up. Whatever I'm saying, this is really happening. Oh, it's a key. You guys, it's somebody's house key. So that's what they did. They had a welcome sign on their door, and they had this to the back of it, and their house key was inside of it. That is so cool. Well, that's an ingenious way to hide your house key. I would never think of putting a taped envelope on the back of a sign. So this must have been always their emergency house key to get in their house, and somebody forgot to take it off of here when they donated this to the Goodwill. How crazy. Well, it was a house key. That was cool. I thought it was going to be like some letter. My imagination is always flying. Anyway, that was fun to open together with you guys. Wasn't it? That was fun. All right, big day. John and I are at John's parents. They live in Bristol, Connecticut, and it's planting day. So the technique here is planter boxes. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a planter box, but basically it's a big plastic box, and then there's a watering, I guess, inlet you'd call it. Is that what you would call it, John?
Sure.
Watering inlet. So John's doing all the planting. So the method is they've got some, you got some soil in here, and then you're putting some topsoil on.
Yeah, it's a container mix.
Container mix. And then on the end there, the white, that's eggshells.
Yep.
Just to give it a little calcium. So John has the fun job. I do not. I am pressure washing their deck for them. So I want to show you my progress. I'm halfway done. So we have a pressure washer, and you can see pretty clearly where I've taken a break and what I've got left to do. I'm also going to do their awning for them because their awning is really, it's got a lot of buildup on it. So, but that's what we're doing today. We're planting their vegetable plants, and we are power washing their deck. They have a beautiful yard. Look at their yard, you guys. My in-laws also have a very beautiful home. They're right on the line in Farmington, Connecticut, Farmington-Bristol line. And very beautiful, beautiful yard. Lots of birds. everything is now planted. Those are eggplants. Got some peppers, some tomatoes. So these are all in the grow boxes that my father-in-law leaves on his concrete patio. So it's easy for him to come out here and just water them. And I have finished power washing their deck. It's pretty old, so I did the best I could. But I think it came out pretty good. The sun is just coming out now, so hopefully it'll dry and be a little glow up for them. Just a little thing. I don't think they're going to get it restained at this point, but at least it's nice and clean. Well, I am finished showing you my haul. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, little Miss Nina's shown up. She's like, what have you been doing, Mommy? What have you been doing? I've been showing everybody the things I got. Yeah. Oh, she's such a sweetheart. Oh, she's such a good girl. Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but the ticks have been next level around us. We've been trying to keep them on our deck, and they wear the tick collar, and we spray them with like a natural spray. I've had a really bad experience with the topical stuff and with the pills. I don't feel comfortable giving them that, so we're just trying to keep them safe in the house. We've had some really good luck. We haven't really had too many problems, so we're just keeping them safe in the house, on the deck. But I'm sure a lot of you guys all over the country probably have issues with ticks, and it's the only thing about this time of year that we really don't like are all the ticks. But anyway, all right, Nina and I are going to say bye-bye, and we'll see you guys real soon. Happy thrifting. I hope you guys find some awesome treasures just like me, and I'll see you guys real soon.